Russia's aerial bombardment of Ukraine has reached unprecedented levels, with October marking the most intense month of guided aerial bomb attacks since the beginning of 2025. According to Ukraine's defense ministry, a staggering 5,328 guided bombs were dropped during the month alone. This escalation is part of a broader intensification of what Ukrainian officials have labeled air terror. Over the first 10 months of the year, Russian forces have unleashed nearly 40,000 aerial bombs, a figure that already matched the total for the entirety of the previous year. Cities such as Donetsk, Dnipropetrovsk, and Zaporizhia are experiencing the brunt of these near-daily assaults. The guided bombs represents a formidable challenge for Ukrainian air defenses. They are significantly cheaper to produce than missiles and are launched from aircraft within Russian-controlled airspace, making them exceedingly difficult to intercept. Experts have raised alarms about newly upgraded versions of these bombs, which possess an extended range of up to 200 kilometers, enabling Russian forces to strike targets deep behind the front lines with devastating accuracy. This technological advancement signals a dangerous new phase in the air war, allowing Moscow to inflict significant damage on Ukrainian military positions and civilian infrastructure from a position of relative safety. The strategic implications of this enhanced capability are profound, as it forces Ukraine to adapt its defensive posture and stretch its already strained air defense resources even thinner. The relentless bombardment is not only causing widespread destruction, but is also exacting a heavy psychological toll on the Ukrainian population, who live under the constant threat of sudden and deadly attacks. The intensification of aerial attacks is not limited to guided bombs. Russia's deployment of drones, particularly the Shahed variant, has surged dramatically in 2025. Data from the Center for Strategic and International Studies, CSIS, cited by Sky News, reveals a more than 303% increase in drone launches in the first 10 months of this year, compared to the same period in 2024. Over 44,000 Shahed drones have been launched against Ukraine this year, more than quadrupling the total from the previous year. This massive increase in drone usage reflects a strategic shift by Russia toward overwhelming Ukrainian air defenses through sheer volume. While Ukraine has managed to intercept a significant percentage of these drones, the scale of the attacks is placing immense strain on its defense capabilities. The combination of cheap, numerous drones and sophisticated long-range guided bombs creates a multi-layered threat that is increasingly difficult to counter. This strategy of attrition from the air appears designed to cripple Ukraine's infrastructure, demoralize its populations, and degrade its military capacity over the long term. The proliferation of these aerial threats underscore the urgent need for Ukraine to receive more advanced and comprehensive air defense systems from its international partners to protect its cities and critical infrastructures from the relentless and escalating Russian air campaign. The sheer number of aerial munitions being used highlights the industrial capacity that Russia has dedicated to its war effort, posing a long-term challenge for Ukraine and its allies in sustaining a credible defense against this aerial onslaught. Amid the escalating air war in Ukraine, tensions have spiked in the Black Sea, which is rapidly becoming a volatile theater of confrontation between Russia and the United States. A recent incident involved a U.S. Air Force RC-135U combat biplane, which was tracked flying from a base in Britain across 6 nations before circling near the coast of Crimea. This reconnaissance mission, occurring in international airspace, was viewed in Moscow as a deliberate provocation and a test of its red lines. Russia has become increasingly alarmed by the growing footprint of NATO surveillance missions in the region, interpreting them as direct support for Ukrainian military operations. The Kremlin has labeled such flight as direct provocation, and its air defense command remains on high alert. This dangerous encounter highlights a new and potentially explosive phase in the standoff between the two nuclear powers. as Washington continues to conduct electronic warfare and intelligence gathering missions to monitor Russian military activities. The risk of miscalculation and accidental escalation in the skies over the Black Sea is growing. Analysts warn that this contested airspace could become one of the most volatile on the planet, as both sides push the boundaries of what is considered acceptable in this undeclared shadow war. The presence of advanced surveillance aircraft like the RC-135U, designed to collect detailed electronic intelligence on air defense systems, is seen by Russia as a direct threat to its strategic assets in Crimea and the wider Black Sea region. The geopolitical landscape has been further roiled by a significant shift in United States nuclear policy and deepening strategic alliance between Russia and China. President Donald Trump has ordered the renewal of nuclear weapons testing for the first time in 3 decades, a move he justified as necessary to ensure the reliability of the U.S. arsenal in the face of perceived threats from China, Russia, and Pakistan. Following this directive, the U.S. conducted a test of an unarmed Minuteman III intercontinental ballistic missile (ICBM) launched from Vandenberg Space Force Base in California. While the test did not involve a live nuclear detonation, it sent a powerful signal of Washington's renewed focus on its nuclear deterrent. This decision has triggered sharp criticism from Beijing. China's foreign ministry described the action as reckless and dangerous and urged Washington to honor its commitment under the Comprehensive Nuclear Test Ban Treaty, warning of a renewed global nuclear arms race. Simultaneously, the strategic partnership between Russia and China continues to solidify. Russian Prime Minister Mikhail Mishustin met with Chinese President Xi Jinping in Beijing, where they confirmed a major expansion of mutual investment and economic cooperation. Mishustin announced that the two nations have outlined new tasks to strengthen trade, scientific, and technological cooperation. President Xi praised the high level of strategic mutual trust between Moscow and Beijing, calling it a key guarantees for the stable and sustainable development of their partnership. This growing alignment between Russia and China, coupled with a renewed nuclear tension, creates a complex and challenging international environment. In Europe, Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orbán has voiced strong opposition to the European Union's strategy in Ukraine, warning that the continent is heading toward war. He accused Brussels of funding an unwinnable conflict and claimed that whoever supports Ukraine supports the war. Orbán argued that only the United States under President Trump is seeking a peaceful resolution, urging European leaders to wake up before they trigger a wider catastrophe. His stance highlights the deep divisions within the EU over the war in Ukraine and the best path forward. If you have made it this far, congratulations, you have unlocked the truth. I want to ask you a quick question though. With Russia escalating its air terror in Ukraine using advanced bombs, the US renewing nuclear tests for the first time in decades, and Russia and China deepening their strategic alliance, are we witnessing the deliberate, coordinated prelude to a multi-front World War III? And why? Join the debate. We want to hear your insightful opinion on where this is all heading in our community. Share your thoughts in the comments below. Like the video, hit the notification bell, and most importantly, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one.